Hello, my name is Rod Cross, and I was asked to talk about a system that I use to carry my flies, my equipment, and in place of a vest. Now, I was a vest user for years and years, but in 2010, I received what's called the Richardson Chest Fly Box. Let me give you a little bit of history first before we go forward. The Richardson Chest Fly Box was actually designed by George Harvey, the professor at Penn State, the dean of American fly fishing he's referred to. And he gave the original plans to a guy named Ronald Fye, F-Y-E, in Hallidaysburg, PA. The box is truly a Pennsylvania development. And Ron Fye, he made it for a number of years, and then he moved to Osceola Mills and continued to make them one at a time by hand up there. That was in 1951. In 1960, Ron Fye sold the rights to the fly box to Rex Richardson from Bellefonte, PA. And Rex Richardson went on to develop the Richardson Chest Fly Box Company. I received this in 2010, and like I say, I was a dedicated vest wearer. I wore out 2 or 3 vests for sure. One of them was a Filson strap vest, really a pretty heavy vest, but eventually I wore that out too. And I started using the Richardson Chest Fly Box, and much to my surprise, I liked it. I didn't think I would. I mean, I had seen people with it for years and years using them. George Harvey, Joe Humphreys, President Carter used one. President Eisenhower had a Fye chest fly box. So they were around and you saw them all the time on Pennsylvania anglers. But I started using one, and now I'm a dedicated Richardson Chest Fly Box user. And this is what it looks like. A pretty nice unit. Mine has 2 trays. They're called trays, and I'll open them up here shortly and show you. And you can buy them in different configurations. They go up to 5 trays deep. Pretty bulky, but it's all right in front of you. This is truly a hands-free equipment management tool. So let me put it on. Before I do, I'm going to show you in the back. I carry my fishing license all the time that you don't even have to display anymore. And it just goes on like this. And something that I started to do recently, the straps come around from the behind, and now I add this to it, a little holder to hold my forceps. Let me give you a safety tip. I was up in New York and I had my forceps hanging from my shirt pocket like this. And a guy walked up and said, "I don't want to tell you what to do." He said, "But really," he said, "think about it. If you fall down, when you go down, this sticks out. It just hangs out." He said, "If you can fall on it the right way, you'll impale yourself on your forceps." You know, and that made a lot of sense. So now I just kind of carry it in here on the side. So now I've got my chest fly box on. Now, like I say, this is a 2-tray box. It has a leather harness. The leather harness is made by an Amish harness shop up in Bellefonte. This is called the George Harvey edition. This was made specifically to honor George Harvey, the Penn State professor who helped develop the chest fly box. So when I use my box, I've only got 2 compartments to work with, 2 trays. And what that did, it prompted me to economize what I carried. I was always the guy with a 15-pound vest and full of stuff, and half the time I didn't know what was in there. In fact, when I cleaned my vest out to bring stuff into here, I found 3 flashlights in my vest. I hate to think how many times I walked out of the stream at night carrying 3 flashlights and wishing I had one. So in the first box, I have all my flies, snippers, pretty basic. I mean, all my flies in here, I have yet to go fishing on the stream and say, oh man, I wish I had whatever. Everything has been in here, believe it or not. Streamers, I got blue winged olives, my sulfurs, I got my San Juan worms, my green wings, whatever I need is in here, along with just a couple of things, a split shot, very small split shot, and some bigger split shot that I carry in an old antique hook box, and put that in there. So I've got all my flies in here, streamers in a bigger compartment. You can see, I hope you can see that it's nicely compartmentalized, okay? And you have a tray here where you can sit stuff while you're using it. You have a light background, it helps you tie things on. Also, something else I carry in my box is a piece of chamois. Sometimes I fish with bamboo rods, and it's really important that you wipe them down and dry them off before you put them away. So I've got a piece of chamois in here. So all my flies are in this tray here. Close it up, open this compartment, and in here I have 4, 5, and 6X tippet all the time. I have fly line cleaner. Clean your fly lines. Look at the dirt that your fly line can pick up. So I carry a little rag and Cortland fly line cleaner. I have some dry fly floatant. This is a Paysan et Miche. It's a French thing. I found it somewhere. I thought it was cool that it was French. Burt's Bees, but in the Burt's Bees are my really small flies, my 22s, 24s, 26s. So I kind of keep them in a little separate little compartment here. Underneath my tippet, ShamWow. You see the commercials, dry your car off with this? Great stuff. Cut a little piece, and when your fly needs dried, just put it between there and squeeze it, and it squeezes all the moisture out of your fly. And you can get different things to do that. There's a, what is it, Amadou mushroom. There's shakers that you can use. ShamWow works pretty good. I had a pair of snippers in the first compartment for when I was tying flies on, but I also have a pair in this one for when I'm attaching tippet material, so I don't have to open up a box to get my snippers out. I'm deciding what to use here. I just found this. This is a little hand drill, and it holds a needle. I thought this was a pretty cool little tool, but I like to carry a needle to clear out the eye of the hook or to help untie a knot or something like that. I had been using a needle that was stuck in a piece of bamboo fly rod that a friend in Chambersburg had made. So I'm having a hard time deciding which one to use. So I have everything in here. I also like to carry a knife of some kind with me that I can get to quickly. And one that I found that was really handy, has a lot of tools on it, is a Leatherman Micra. It has scissors. It has actually a screwdriver that you can fix your eyeglasses with without it rounding all out. Has a really good knife, a little file. So this is a pretty nice tool. And it fits right down here in this tray, completely out of the way. So, really not a lot here, but like I said, I've not been on the stream yet and had to say, oh man, I wish I had, and I can't even think of an example. Everything that I fish with is in here. Now, I particularly like to fish in the evening. I think it's a wonderful time of the day, and for example, when the sulfurs are coming off. So I use an old light. It's called a flex light. And let me turn it on here. And you can see that it works pretty well. It doesn't blind you so that whenever you turn it off, you have to get readjusted to your night vision if you're fishing into the late evening. So it's just enough light. It's pretty handy. And it goes through these two straps that I have here on the harness, so it's pretty secure, and I can leave it on there, or I could easily take it off and not have it on here. Now I also have some good luck charms here. You have good luck charms, right? Okay. So, so that's all on the Richardson Chest Fly Box. A really nice system, very comfortable, very lightweight, and completely hands-free. Can bend over, nothing's going to fall out, drop out, and I think it's a very good management tool. You have vests, you have sling packs, you have lanyards, and we'll go on and we'll talk about these different systems. If you find one that works for you, my advice is keep it simple, keep it light, and don't be the guy with the 15-pound vest full of stuff that you forgot that you had even. So if you find a fly box, and underneath it, the fly boxes were always engraved right down here, and it would say Osceola Mills, PA. If you find one, buy it. They're getting to be pretty collectible. Well, I know I've put a lot of value in mine. Maybe it's not collectible, but I'm sure glad I got it, and I love to use it. Thank you.